So today for Vlogmas Day 2, I'm going to do a book haul. I've been collecting a lot of books over the last like 2-3 weeks, and because like I said in my last video, there's been a used bookstore that came into town where the old Borders used to be, and I bought a lot of books there, and then I got a lot of books at work, and so I thought I would share all the books and tell you what I got, and maybe you guys can tell me if you've read them, if you like them, did you hate them, which ones I should read first, maybe if you want a review of it when I'm done, just let me know in the comments, and I guess we'll just get to it. So the first book is going to be Lev Grossman's The Magicians. I originally picked this up because John Green said it was good, and that if I was a Harry Potter fan, which I obviously am, then I should read it. And it actually sounds interesting. I was just reading the little backy back thing, and it's like Harry Potter but older. Like apparently it's a wizard in college instead of high school. And I don't know, it just sounds really interesting, and one of my coworkers said it was really good, so excited for this one. Next one I have is one I got used. It's Inkheart by Cornelia Funke. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I actually never saw the movie, but my friend Kirsten is a huge fan, and she's been telling me that I need to see the movie and read the book. And so I picked that one up, and it should be interesting. I'm not even sure what it's about. I just kind of picked it up because she told me it was good. So hopefully it is. Next, I have Ender Shadow by Oscar Scott Card. I just finished reading Ender's Game a little while ago. It was so good. I can't say enough good things about it. And so I picked this up along with the Funke book. And it's first edition, which I thought was cool, especially because the book came out forever ago. And I really like Bean from Ender's Game, so I'm excited to see his story too. Next, I picked up the first 2 books of Harry Potter. I've obviously already read these, but I didn't own the hardcovers, and I wanted to own them, so I got the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, and they're first editions, and they're in pretty good condition considering they're used. And yeah, so now I have the whole set. Next, we have The Polar Express. I love this book and the movie, and the pictures are so pretty. And yeah, it's just a really cute story, and I've been really loving kids books lately, ever since they put me working in kids a lot. And picture books are just awesome for people of all ages. You don't have to be like 5 to enjoy a good picture book. So yeah. And it's like an older version. It's not like the shiny silver version that we have at work. So I liked it. I thought it was cute. We have J.K. Rowling again with The Casual Vacancy. I've had this one a little bit longer than the rest of them, but I figured I'd show it just because it's J.K. Rowling, and I read the first 2 chapters, but I haven't gotten around to reading the whole thing. But it sounds really good, and I like that it's darker, and yeah. I don't have anything else to say. J.K. Rowling. Next, we have Matched by Condie. I've watched a few other book reviews on this. It seemed, I don't know how I felt about it. I was kind of just indifferent. But I really love dystopian novels, and I figured that it was worth a shot. It's only $6. So yeah. Another book that I've been eyeing for a while. It's called Weird Things Customers Say in Bookstores. And working in a bookstore, I could not relate to any book more. It's really good even if you don't work in a bookstore, but you've worked in retail, or you're a huge book nerd like I am. And some of these things that people say, you just want to look at them and just like, what? Or slap them sometimes. But yeah, this was a hilarious read, and I highly recommend it for any book nerd. One of the last books that I have is called Feed, and I actually picked this up because I need to read it for my dystopian class next semester, and I figured it'd be a good time to just, you know, start reading it maybe. It sounds really interesting because it's kind of like what would happen if your Facebook feed was like directly linked to your brain. And I mean, considering how dependent people are on their Facebook feeds nowadays, that's pretty much happened. And this book was written in like, I think it was the 90s or maybe early 2000s. So it's almost, I don't know, I think it'd be really interesting to read. And I'm actually really excited for my dystopian class because we're reading like Hunger Games in 1984, and I love both those books. And there's a couple other books that I haven't picked up yet, but they sound interesting too. Oh, I almost forgot. I also picked up the Fry Chronicles because I absolutely love Stephen Fry. He's like one of my favorite actors slash just people in general. I watch QI like every week when it comes on, when they put it up on YouTube, and he's just hilarious and smart and funny. And there's pictures of like Hugh Laurie when he was in college, and they're just adorable, and I'm excited to read his autobiography. And I think this is finally the last one. I keep on saying it's the last one, but this one is actually the last one. It's called To Say Nothing of the Dog by Connie Willis. This was another one that John Green recommended for Doctor Who fans. And also when I mentioned it to one of my coworkers, she kind of flipped because apparently she really liked it. So I'm excited to read it because I like a little bit of time travel. I'm getting more into the sci-fi with because of Doctor Who, and it should also be an interesting read. So I think that's finally it. It's a lot of books. Hopefully it will keep me situated until like summer. And yeah, if you have any suggestions of where I should start or anything like that, whether you've read them, let me know. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 3. Bye! So just as a little update, it is almost the end of the semester. I am going insane, trying to prepare for finals.